Hi, so this review is on the extended version of The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. So what is The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey? An Unexpected Journey tells the tale of Bilbo Baggins, Martin Freeman, who is convinced by the wizard Gandalf, played by Ian McKellen, to accompany 13 dwarves, led by Thorin Oakenshield, played by Richard Armitage, on a quest to reclaim the Lonely Mountain from the dragon Smaug. So, still objectively, The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey is the first part of the Hobbit trilogy that takes place from when Gandalf meets Bilbo at his house to whenever they fly off on eagles and falcons. So, subjectively speaking, The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, even the extended edition, honestly, for my personal opinion, my personal critique, this is hands down still one of the most fascinating, brilliantly told, brilliantly shot worlds that you could get intrigued and involved in Middle-earth. The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, it's not a finished film by any means, but on its own though, if you take away the other two movies or all of the other movies in the whole series, The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey still holds water on its own. Yeah, it's not a complete story by any means, but it still has a beginning and an end for just its own individual story. So personally, for me, the extended edition, The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, it's about 2 hours, 54 minutes runtime for the story itself. And objectively speaking, I love what they do with the story from the Hobbit novel. They adapted it, but they also fleshed it out so well. So my personal opinion, they changed a little bit of the story, but I personally believe it was for the better. So spoilers since the beginning of this review, apologies, but there were some story elements where they didn't replace or get rid of anything. They just kind of flip-flopped and added in more things. So for example, the intro of this film is kind of like a prelude also to The Lord of the Rings, where it features Bilbo alongside his nephew, who is the main character in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And between that and the end time, they flesh out amazing extended scenes of world building with the orcs and the dwarves past and the wars between those two, and then the deceit and betrayals between the dwarves and the elves. And you find out so much about the characters in this film that you find out even more about these characters than in the novel itself. Personally, I think the film does the story a lot more justice than the novel. And that's crazy. That's very, very uncommon. You really don't ever hear that about most products. But yeah, I personally believe that The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey fills in a lot more of the story for Middle-earth for the Hobbit's main story than even the novel. And that's because they build on the main story itself being the streamlined main story, but they also add in all these fleshed out, well-written, extended scenes to build the world, to build even the characters, the already existing characters. You still got, just like the novel, Bilbo, Gandalf, Thorin Oakenshield. Now you actually get to learn about Fili and Kili and all of the other ones. There are so many dwarves and characters in this, I can't fully remember all of them, but those are the main ones that really you spend the most amount of time on. And this film and the trilogy and The Lord of the Rings, I highly would recommend. I watched it in Blu-ray, but I really, really wish I had it in 4K. Unfortunately, right now I don't have a 4K player, so that wasn't possible, so I cheapened out and got the Blu-ray version. But this is still crystal clear. This is beautiful looking. The cinematography, the landscapes, the environments, all of the attention to detail to the characters, the environment, the visuals itself are astounding. My only gripe is actually in the visuals. Where they use CGI instead of practical effects, you can really tell because it just looks unrealistic. So, for example, there's a scene where they're riding horses or whatever in the rain, and the rain, you can tell, is so fake and unrealistic. You can tell it's CGI. Not so much with the orcs or the goblins. They look better than The Rain, but outside of the characters, everything that they use for CGI, it doesn't look terrible by any means, but you can definitely 100% tell it's not practical effects, it's CGI, and they could have done a lot more with it. If they continued with CGI, that's fine, but like I feel like they should have smoothed out the rough edges. Like The Rain, they couldn't have made it look more realistic. Like things like Rain, like you can use practical effects. Just have a bucket of water with holes on the bottom, like multiple buckets, a giant bucket, something. Just pour water in and then just have it pour down. That's, to me, that would be better than CGI rainfall. It didn't add up to me. And like I said, the characters that they use for CGI, the orcs, goblins, Gollum, you can tell they're CGI, but they don't look nearly as bad as like the rain or the environmental CGI. So other than that, I mean, that's really my only gripe with this film. The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, the extended edition, is very, very well worth your 3 hour time in life. I can assure you of that. It fleshes out the novel story. It fleshes out the novel's characters. It even fleshes out story for the Lord of the Rings. And on top of that, they even flesh out the world. They give you great, immense, and immersive world building. They give you an excellent story. They give you mostly excellent visuals. It's all so well done. The acting is really well done. It's really well written. Go watch The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey Extended Edition. For me personally, I have to give this a 9 out of 10. Thank you.